Vito Pignatelli, President of Itabia, and now I introduce the session 3, whose item is the pellet production. Pellet is a very good solid biofuels due to its very high energy content, and also the easy management for fueling, especially domestic heating devices. But without loss more time, further time, I think that it's time to start with the speeches, and I would so introduce directly from an online link Mr. Antonio Baselice of Coldiretti. That's one of the most important farmers organization in our country. Please, is possible? Okay. I see him.
Good morning to everyone. You can hear me?
Okay, you can hear.
Perfect.
Okay.
So thank you so much for this opportunity, and my apologies for not to be present here today. So I proceed with the sharing of presentation. Okay. You can see it.
Okay.
Perfect. So the presentation that I'm going to present is about the agri-pellet production, and I'm going to present a case study in the north of Apulia region. Exactly, we are in province of Foggia, about 400 kilometers far from Calimera, and this is the farm, and the name of farm is Agritoppi, and it is an olive tree farm. About just a little introduction about the legislation, in which we have the difference between waste and the byproducts. In the 2009, we have the certainty that the pruning residues are considered as byproduct, and so we have to manage them and not to dispose them. A little passage about the opportunity that the supply chain of agri-pellet production have with the new CAP, community agricultural policies, is the Eco Scheme 3 about the safeguarding olive tree of particular landscape value. So how we can see, for all areas that have olive groves of particular landscape and historical values with the density of plant between 60 and 300, there is a more premium of 220 euros per hectares per each year. The obligation to have this premium is just the pruning at least every 2 years the olive tree, no barn, and to maintain the status quo of olive grove. About our farm, this is just some important information that the idea of to produce agri-pellet starting by pruning residues was born in 2014. We did previously a context analysis, and we start to ask to olive tree farms the willingness to accept to give the pruning residues to produce energy. So at the same time, we analyzed the need of olive tree farms and we studied the technical solution to process the pruning residues in agri-pellet. So actually, the olive trees farms have three three alternatives. The first is burning, but with the burning to consider the pruning residues as a waste. The second opportunity is the shredding and the burial, that is a valid agronomic technique. So you consider the pruning residues as organic matter. The third solution is the shredding and recover. And in this case, you consider the pruning residues as raw materials. The agri-pellet terms are considered all the solid biomass of agricultural and agro-industrial origin, pure or mixed with each other, subject just to compression processes by grinding and pelletizing. So it's just a physical process, it's not a chemical process. About our reality, we are all the phases that we conduce among our farm, and the phases are 5. We have the raking and the shredding, the carry and the storage of pruning residues, the drying, the processing, and at the end the sales of them. The first phase is just the raking that we can make in 2A and in the raking and the mechanized raking, but we use the mechanized raking. The second phase is the shredding. We have different typology of machine. The machine that we use are the blue one, the Nobili, that we allowed us to shredding and to collect them in the big bag, in this white big bag. The third phase is to removing this big bag and carry out from the field and to move them in the farm. The fourth phase is just the storage and the dry. And we can see on the left side our farm, so we can just expose them to a natural drying processing. So it's not forced processing. This is another phases that regarded just the first refining of chopping. This is just a little video in which we can say we reduce the irregular size of 10 centimeters to a regular size of a maximum 3 centimeters. This is the little plant that we have in the farm. It is a plant completely mechanized. So this is a little video in which we have just a physical process of reducing size and compress to produce a agri-pellet. Okay, our products are 3 different types. The first one is the shredded, so you can use for big plant of combustion. The second one is the main product that we produce is the agri-pellet, and then we can see which the different type of use that we can make with him. And the third type is just a briquette that we can use in the stove. I want repeat that it is just a physical process. We don't use any chemical additional to make them. About the use of agri-pellet, we have the using house, like biomass stoves, biomass boilers, or also pellet ovens. We can also have an industrial use as a boiler and kettles, biomass pyrogas fires, or also pellet burners. This is an analytical result in which we can see that the calorific power, the heating capacity is very high. And this is the added value that our agro-energy chain, moving from the first alternative that we see before to the third alternative. So we can see how it increased the economic value from €0 for quintal to move to the second step, about 6-9 euros for quintal if you use it just for the big plant of combustion. And the third phase is the third product in which we have a more increasing of added value to that allow us to reach value as 20-30 euros for quintal. Moreover, we can see that the agri-pellet chain we can consider as Pareto optimal because we have just advantage subject and we have not disadvantage subject for because this supply chain value give some opportunities, some advantages for all the actors that we can see on the left side, to farm, to contractors, to consumers and the local community, while there is nobody that have some disadvantages from this new supply chain. We also received an award and a recognition from Apulia region as a virtual example of green jobs with our farms. And the final consideration are that the waste management solution that we give to the farm a waste management solution. This supply chain represents a transition from a waste to an economic good because we can use it again in a circular economy. This is a greater environmental sustainability because we see before that this supply chain give only advantages to the environment and also the local community. The raw materials is already present in the area, so this is a big advantages. Also, it is can consider as a valid alternative to other types of biomass for stoves and boilers. And finally, we know that this is a strongly growing sector. So the use of a pellet in the domestic and in the industrial situation is growing. So I try to be very fast and concrete in my presentation. If there are some questions, I'm available to give all the consideration and all the information. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your very interesting presentation on a new and I think in future a very important way to give value to agricultural residues by converting them into a valuable biofuel. Now we'll have a short video clip on the plant, the pellet producing plant of FIUSIS on this site that we visited yesterday. Okay, we'll start with the video.
The circular economy.
In addition, FIUSIS has commissioned a wood pellet production plant that recovers surplus heat and uses it for drying sawdust. Production is 1 ton of high-quality pellets per day. All the process heat required to produce the pellet is obtained at zero cost because it is recovered from the power plant. 25% of the electricity consumption incurred in the pelletizing process is met by the recently installed photovoltaic panels. In the coming years, FIUSIS plans to install an additional 250 kilowatts of photovoltaic to cover all the needs of the power plants. For these reasons, FIUSIS can afford to keep pellet prices at €8 per bag, 15 kilograms, which is well below a national average ranging between €12 and €16 per bag. Today, by virtue of these choices, demand for FIUSIS pellets has increased by 2,000%, and the production has rapidly increased from 600 tons a year marketed in 2020 to 1,500 tons in 2021. The plan is to further expand capacity to 6,000 tons per year in the short term. The procedures for obtaining product quality certifications are being activated by FIUSIS pellets.
FIUSIS support.
Okay, so we have another online link. That's the presentation of the system for automatic distribution of pellet from the DAB company. The speaker is Mr. Lukasenci. Is here?
Ready.
Okay. Please start
showing...
with your presentation.
Thank you,
Luca.
Dr. Pignatelli. I'm showing the presentation. Here we go. You should be able to see it. Can you see it?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Okay. Good. So let me just check. Okay. In reality, we're taking care of the last part of the steps that go into the consumer, which is the first fully automatic self-service pellet distributor, i.e. something that allows to bring pellet to consumer in a very easy way, because consumers can use it 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, and at any time buy pellet at a convenient price in quantities that are not standard 15 kilo bags, but can be, as you will see, different. We installed the first DAB in 2017, and right now we have over 50 devices installed all over Italy, Switzerland, and Belgium. It's plastic free. Here you can see the pellet box, which is the version for Switzerland that we installed for our partner Schmidt Energie AG. And because the consumers can use their own bag, or they can buy a bag at the DAB, but for sure there are not anymore the plastic bags that are in which the 15 kilo pellets are normally contained. So no plastic waste. 24/7 service. This is the DAB, one of the DABs installed in Belgium. Consumers can buy flexible quantities. They can buy any time of the day and the night. We have a very powerful software behind the machine that allows us to see when the purchases are made. And I can tell you that there are purchases of 2 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock at night, and it sounds like, oh, darling, did you buy the pellet? Because our heating is off. Oh, no, didn't you buy the pellet? So, okay, 3 o'clock, I'm going to buy the pellet. But the DAB allows this. So heat at home is preserved. The process is very easy. Rapid access, clear interface for consumers, quick delivery. First of all, the consumers access with a loyalty card, or in Italy with the state health or the ID card. And they can recharge this card with coins, banknotes, or credit card. The credit stays on the card. Then they choose the quantity. Here they have a choice between 5, 7.5, 10, and 15 kilograms. This is important because very, very often we see people buying 10 bags of 5 kilos better than 3 or 45 or 15, because 5 kilos is easier to carry. You put it in the trunk in the car, not a problem, quick, easy, and not too heavy. Then they position all their own container or one of the bags that they can buy at the DAB in the slot, in the delivering slot, and then the pellet is delivered. The whole process takes between 60 to 90 seconds based on the purchased quantity. Very quick, very easy, very effective. It is also easy to manage for the owners. It can be recharged rapidly. And there is, as I said, a complete and powerful software interface for managers. The recharge is easy. Connect the recharge pipe, activate the powerful aspiration system. Loading a 1-ton big bag just requires around 11 minutes. And then there is the software. Here is an example of the interfaces that allow to see who bought the pellet, at what time, how much it bought, what the price was. At the same time, we can also provide for the bag a Storks attack if the customer prefers to have a loading via truck. There are very different sources of income because we are not only the state-of-the-art of pellet bending, but also an effective, a trigger, a flexible marketing tool. And this is something that our customers tell us. Yes, you make money by selling the pellets at the top, but you also make more money in many cases by the sale of complete pallets with home delivery ordered by customers who tested the pellet at the top. They buy 5 kilos, they buy 10 kilos, they see the quality is okay. Okay, they call the owner and say, hey, bring me a pellet at home. And that is a much higher, in some cases, income in respect to the sale of the pellets at the machine itself. Then there is the income from advertising. The DAP has a TV monitor on the front where advertising can be sold to venues and stores that are near the machine. Restaurants, whoever, florists. We have one customer that sold permanently one of the sides of the bed of the DAB to a real estate agency, for example, and that's money flowing in. Last but not least, there is an additional business in collateral products. We made various interviews to different customers, and they all told us, yes, it brings me customers. I sell stoves, I sell barbecues, I sell garden accessories and garden mowers, and customers come in because they know us through the DAB. So it's not the sale of the pellet itself, it's also a trigger for generating further business. It's an efficient investment, paying for itself within a couple of years. And we have the demonstration from the numbers that our customers told us. And who are the main, the companies for which the DAB is more adept? Obviously, pellet and wood manufacturers. We have, for example, an Italian company called Bruciabene. They manufacture chestnut pellet, and they own 2 DABs. Pellet and wood distributors. Retailers of stoves and heating accessories. 5 or 6 of our customers are this type of store owners. Garden centers. Here again, 3 or 4 customers are garden centers or say people who sell garden machines or accessories. Do-it-yourself stores and chains. It is convenient because in Switzerland, for example, we have a customer who is looking at buying a DAB because what he's saying is, I have a man who is there delivering plastic 15-kilo bags. If I have the DAB doing this job, I take this man and I put him to do something else. So it is an efficient resource recovered for the store. Last but not least, agrarian consortiums. The DAB generates business resiliency. This is very important. Several owners of the BAM, whom we interviewed in video, confirmed to us that even during the ups and downs of the pellet market in 2022, 2023, they were able to keep their business stable or even growing, thanks to the customers that had been generated by the DAB in the origin. So once again, the sale of the pellet is one of the options, but then there is all the collateral integrated business that is triggered by the DAB. We are also proud to confirm that thanks to all the positive effects attributed to the DAB technology, the management board of the Brandship products included us among the selected good practices, and we are also participating. And apparently we are in a very good position in a contest launched by Avebiom, which is the branches associate in Spain. which launched a competition for a prize for better innovation in the biomass segment. So we're waiting for the results in the next days, but we know that we are in a very good position. And then that's it. Thank you for your attention. And in case you need any information, these are my references or our website, dubdistributori.com. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Luca, for your very interesting and clear presentation of your technology that, as you said, has been selected as an example of a good practice of bioeconomy in our branches project. Can you activate the video camera so you can look at you?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Can you see me?
Okay. Now see you, so we can say you goodbye directly on the video. But
Exactly, but while seeing us, we see us. So,
thank you very much again.
thanks again, Dr. Pignatelli.
Now go through the last presentation of this session. That's another case of best practice selected from the branches project, and deals with another kind of solid biofuels, but not only biofuel, but the biochar produced by innovative technology. Please, Christina Zinke, our German colleague, can you start for your presentation? Thanks.
Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, my name is Christina Zinker. I'm from the Helmholtz Center for Environmental Research in Germany. And today I'm presenting one of the German practice abstracts from our colleagues from the German Biomass Research Center, DBFZ. And yeah, the topic was hydrothermal carbonization of green waste to produce biocoal, biocarbons, and biochemicals. So you might ask yourself, what is actually hydrothermal carbonization? It is a process, a carbonization process of biomass inside water at high pressures and temperatures to replicate the natural carbonization process. So like kind of the natural coal evolution inside the earth. So our example was the Suncoal company in Germany. And they have an innovative technology with this hydrothermal carbonization. And this is named CarboRen technology, and it's applied for 3 purposes. The first one is decreasing the disposal costs for organic sludges by reducing the volumina. The second one, which I present here, is generating biofuels from organic waste in form of pellets. And the third one is producing bio-based technical carbons or chemicals, but this is still more on a laboratory scale. So the biocoal value chain starts with the feedstock of biogenic green waste in this case, so can be grass cuttings or leaves or also prunings. You can essentially use any biomass you want. This in this case, it's green waste, and the product is a biocoal in form of dust, granulates, or pellets. And this biocoal is comparable to brown coal, so you can also burn it in a combustion plant and use the energy and the heat from it. It has an energy content of 20 gigajoule per ton, and a water content lower than 8%, and can reach a market price up to 230 euro per ton of dry matter. So at the Sun Coal plant, it is right now possible to convert 50,000 tons per year of green waste to around 17,000 tons of biocoal, and this equals around 300 gigajoule of energy. And by replacing coal with this biocoal type, 33,000 tons of CO2 can be avoided. So this is the, a scheme of the Calimera technology. In short, you use the green waste. In this case, the biomass is washed at first, then the hydrothermal carbonization process starts by putting the biomass into water, increase the temperature and the pressure on it, and then you get this sludge from the process. You first mechanically dewater it, and then you dry it in a fluid bed system. And the outcome is a cake, which is then grinded and can be used as sun coal dust. Sun coal is also the product name of this biocoal, as granulate or as pellets. So what are the advantages of this biocoal? The highest advantage is that you can use almost any kind of biomass, even with a very high water content. So up to 60% of water content is possible to convert. So it is, in this case, a very high efficient refinement method of municipal residues. And the end product has an energetic value which is 70% higher than that of the feedstock. The pellets are transportable and storable. It's a good alternative to fossil coal. And so as an alternative to fossil coal, it can be used in existing combustion plants and achieve therefore very high savings in CO2 emissions. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Christina.